All right, so this video is going to be the ultimate e-com BFCM playbook for completely obliterating your Q4. So if you've been a little bit lazy for preparing your BFCM or anything like that, this is your last chance. This is truly the time to start, right? So I'm going to show you in this video how exactly to do it. Here's my promise for you. So I'm going to teach you how to ensure your Q4 is an absolute disaster. And then we're going to apply invert thinking. And then we're going to see what we actually need to do. So I'm going to show you what is the key to a killer BFCM, the strategy, good and bad examples from some other brands in the e-com space. And then I'm going to show you the exact email and SMS strategy. So here's a little bit about me. If you don't care, that's also fine. So how to make sure your Q4 is an absolute disaster. So first of all, your offer. So if I were running an e-com brand and I wanted to make sure that my Q4 was a complete bust, I would do the following. And make sure I'm running a weak offer, such as like 10% off or 15% off or something like that, something generic, something boring. And I would run the same offer for early access, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and gifting period. I would make sure, so I have a weak, boring, shitty offer, and I'm running the same offer for like a month, right? And then on top of that, I'd probably try to make my offer confusing if possible. So it wouldn't be just 10% off, it would be like 10% off, and I would make some really weird terms and conditions and something like that, just to make it even more confusing and even more difficult for the customer to claim the offer. Then traffic. So I would make sure I rely on paid ads as much as possible, since ad costs are going to skyrocket during Q4, especially during Black Friday. You will see here on the graph, and Christmas, right? I'd up my ad spend as much as possible, and I'd completely neglect email and SMS in order to minimize the touch points I have with the customer and minimize my profit, right? Because with email and SMS, there's literally no ad spend, which means that all the money you generate through email and SMS is mainly profit, right? Besides, like, if we take into account your margins, right? But there's no ad spend like you have with ads. Like if you generate 100K with ads, it's more like 80K from that is like profit, right? Like then it'll like your margins apply, right? But 80K of that is profit, 20K of that is ad spend. Let's say you're getting 5x a return on ad spend, right? But with email, if you generate 100K with email, I don't know, like 3K, 5K is going to go to your Klaviyo bill. Other than that, it's like all profit, right? So you can see here on this graphic, you can see the CPM by industry. So we are right here, right? And it's going to go up and up and up. And you can see here late November, basically Black Friday, right? You can see the ad costs are through the roof. So if you rely on paid ads for your traffic and for your conversion mechanism, you're going to go out of business. On the other hand, if you build your list, right? If you up your ad spend, if you build your list, if you optimize your pop-up form, if you utilize your email and SMS properly, and even if you up your ad spend here, you're going to make so much more profit because email and SMS are really extremely profitable, right? Then email and SMS. So even if I decided to do email and SMS, I told you that I probably wouldn't do it at all if I wanted to make sure I go out of business through Q4. But even if I wanted to do it, I'd make sure I don't customize my flows. I wouldn't customize my campaigns and my pop-up form, right? I would just send something generic, something boring, just like my offer is. I would also avoid sending many emails that would serve as reminders in order to minimize the exposure to my customers. Like I would just try to put my offer in front of my customers as few times as possible, okay? And I would completely avoid leveraging multi-channel marketing. So I would completely avoid syncing my ads and emails and SMS and all of that stuff. So we have multiple touch points with customers over a couple of different channels. I would completely avoid that. I wouldn't do any of these things, okay? So what is the key to a killer Black Friday and Cyber Monday? Email and SMS is my simple answer. Why is that? First of all, you already own the list. So there is literally no ad spend required to acquire those customers, right? You just need to sell to them. Most of those people have already bought from you in the past, so it's even easier to sell to those people, right? So that's one thing. Then average return on investment for email and SMS is like 44x, which means that for every dollar you put in, you get 44 out, which is like insane, completely insane. Then the price is going to stay the same, unlike ads, like ad costs we saw on the graph here, right? Is going to go through the roof like this, exponential growth. Email and SMS, because the only cost there is to email and SMS is just like Klaviyo bill, right? You're using Klaviyo or Omnisend, whatever, MailChimp, I don't know what you're using, but the software, right? The software cost is the same. Maybe you're sending a little bit more SMS messages, so you're paying for that, but it's like really small cost compared to what you're going to get out of it. It's nothing, right? It's nowhere near close to like ads. So the cost is going to stay the same, which means that your ROI is going to go up. And then your message is going to actually get seen, right? SMS has, sorry about that, has an average open rate of about 98%, email about 40 or more, 40 to 60%, an average open rate. So people are actually going to go and see your message, open it, and actually think about claiming your offer, right? Then we have the strategy. So here are some relevant dates you need to know. So we have Veterans Day on Tuesday, November 11th. So what you can do around this, for example, last year, actually, we had a client that was running his brand, right? And he was a veteran. So he really liked doing promotions on Veterans Day. So that's something you can do. For example, if you're a veteran yourself running a brand, you can leverage that. If not, you don't really like doing this, you don't have to. You can just start your Black Friday early access here, for example, or you can just delay it and start it on like 14th or 15th. That's something I'm going to recommend to you, right? Then we have Thanksgiving. So absolutely, You can do that, play on gifting angle, maybe some last minute gifts, push your digital gift cards or whatever. That is going to be a good play here. But also if you're starting your early access, you're going to push your main offer for early access here as well. Then you have Black Friday. It's going to be Friday, November 28th. Standard stuff like you're going to come up with some sort of an offer. We're going to talk about that later on in this video. Then we have Small Business Saturday, Saturday of November 29th. Standard stuff like some of you are probably not going to care about this if you don't consider yourself a small business. So you're just going to push your Black Friday. Some of you guys that are like proud to be a small business, that's one of your USPs, can leverage this as well. Then we have Cyber Monday. So Monday, December 1st. Standard stuff, you should probably change up your offer from Black Friday. You can either change it completely or you can maybe add some sort of tweak. We're going to talk about that in this video as well. And then we have Christmas shipping cutoff. So standard shipping cutoff around December 15th, priority shipping cutoff around 18th to 20th, and then we have express shipping cutoff around 21st or 22nd. So these are relevant dates. By the way, this document is going to be linked in the description with all these dates, strategy, examples, all that stuff is going to be linked in the description completely for free. No need to opt in for a newsletter, for my email list, whatever. Just go ahead, literally click the link, open it up, and follow the instructions, okay? So, stacking offers. During Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Christmas and gifting period and all that stuff, a lot of your competition is going to run multiple different offers, right? So therefore, you're going to look so boring if you run only one offer the entire time, okay? If you're like those brands that are going to run 15, 20% off site-wide from November 14th to December 15th or something like that for a month, you're going to look so boring and so like stupid compared to your competition. So that's not something you should do. So here's what happens if you're running one offer. If you're running one offer, first of all, people are going to get bored of your offer literally after 7 days. Then you're only going to get one last chance push, like one chance to drive urgency. After every sale, you're going to do like, okay, last chance, we're ending the sale and all that. You get only one chance because you're running only one offer, only one sale, right? If you had more offers, you'd get more chances to do that. And then you're going to get low repeat purchases because people won't buy the same offer twice, right? Because they just got something, they're not really going to buy the same thing again. But if you had a completely different offer, some people would actually buy it. So what happens if you actually stack different offers? First of all, you're going to keep your audience engaged. Their offer is not going to fatigue after 7 days because you're going to change your offer every 7 to 14 days. So people are going to be like, okay, what's going to happen next, right? Then you're going to have multiple chances to instill urgency through multiple last chance pushes, right? Then you're going to get more repeat purchases because people will buy a different offer as well. Like you offered 20% off this time, but then you offered a bundle deal or something like that. People might buy that as well. Then on top of that, you're also going to look like a premium brand because you look prepared. You don't look like kind of like sloppy. You actually look like a real professional because you have prepared, you have different offers, you're hitting different audiences, whatever. That is going to look kind of like premium to people, okay? And then different customers like different offers. And then this way, you're going to hit all of them. So some people prefer X% off. Some people prefer bundles. Some people prefer buy one, get one free, whatever. This way, you're hitting all of them. And some of them are going to buy for Black Friday because you're running a bundle deal. Some of them are going to buy for Christmas because you're running buy one, get one free, whatever. This way, you're going to increase your likelihood that the highest majority of your customers actually buy something from you. So, offer example. So what makes a good offer? A good offer is simple to understand. It has some sort of an urgency or scarcity factor, okay? And then it's profitable, actually. So what a lot of people do is they actually come up with some sort of offer that's like 35% off site-wide, whatever. And they create some great, like they get loads of orders, they generate shitloads of revenue. But what happens is in the end, they're not left with much profit because they actually can't afford to do something like that, right? So a good offer actually needs to be profitable as well because that's the whole point of giving that offer, right? The way you do that, the way you protect your margins is through bundles, tier discounts, and that sort of stuff, right? But these are going to be two main ways to do that. So here's some examples of offers you can use. So site-wide markdowns, right? So custom markdowns. So this product is going to go from $50 to $35. This product is going to go from $100 to $70. This product is going to go from $150 to $90, whatever, right? You get a point. Then what you can do as well is do like site-wide markdowns and then offer X% off with a code, right? So you get a product from 100 to 80 on the website, and then you offer an extra 15% off with code BFCM or something like that, right? You're stacking different discounts. This way it kind of feels way more valuable. You can also frame this code as a kind of like email and SMS exclusive thing if you're pushing it through email and SMS, which I highly recommend you do. So that way, those customers are going to feel way more premium. They're going to feel like they're getting an extra thing on top of, like they're going to feel like they're in that inner circle, right? So that is a pretty good angle you can do. You can do store credit, like a dollar amount. So you're going to get $10 of store credit, $20, $50, whatever. It's basically a dollars off discount, right? But just frame it a different way. Then you can do a mystery discount. That's something I love as well. Use this code for a mystery discount. That's something people love. I would probably stay away from doing this on its own. I would probably, like one of the offers I would like to do is like site-wide markdowns with a mystery discount with a code, right? So like this offer, but instead of 15% off, you're giving a mystery discount, right? It can still be 15% off, but you're just framing it in a different way, right? So that's an offer I think would perform really, really well. Then we have buy one, get one free. standard stuff, buy one, get one free, buy two, get one free, whatever, up to your brand. That's something that can work as well. Tier discounts, we mentioned that here, so that's a way to protect your margins. So spend $100, get 20% off, spend $200, get 30% off, whatever. That's something that works really, really good as well. You can also, you can do this as an automatic code on the website that applies when people check out, right? But you can also try and do codes, like discount codes, right? And make them kind of scarce, right? Make them scarcity driven in terms of you only have, let's say, 50 codes for 50% off, then you have 50 codes for 30% off, and then you have 50 codes for 20% off, right? And that way, people are going to come there to the website and try to use the 50% off, and it's gone, right? Okay, let's try the 30% off, and that's one's gone. Okay, we have to use, you're giving them that emotional investment, and there is that scarcity factor. That's something you can try as well. Then we also have bundle offers. We talked about that. I can't go anything more, I can't be much more specific than this. This really depends on your brand, what you're selling, but you get the idea of bundle offers, right? You get product A and product B, and they cost 250 if they were bought on their own, but you can get them for 190 if you buy them in a bundle, right? Super simple stuff. And free gift, that's something that you can do as well. Now, what's really important to understand, it's not about doing only one of these offers. You can stack these offers. That's the idea. First of all, you're going to change up your offer. You're going to run one offer for Black Friday, then the next one for Cyber Monday, then the next one for Christmas, right? But also those offers that you run for Black Friday, for example, can be a mixture of these offers. So for example, you're going to offer a site-wide markdown with a mystery discount with a code, and then also a free gift with every purchase over $200 or something like that. That way, your offer is interesting. The only problem with this is that it might be a little bit difficult to understand. That's kind of the job for your copywriters, for your designers, for the agency that's working with you, whoever is doing your marketing, your email marketing and your ads, right, has to make it clear what the offer is. But if you manage to do that, which shouldn't be that difficult, right? Having kind of stacked offers on top of each other can be a very good thing. Also, you don't want to go too much kind of crazy with this, site-wide markdown and store credit and all of this, that is too much. But the example I gave you, site-wide markdowns with a mystery code, with a code, and maybe a free gift that you offer for purchases over $200 can be a pretty good angle, pretty good offer, right? So, schedule. This is what a schedule is going to look like. This is the schedule I would recommend you guys use. So early access is from around November 14 to 25. The offer should be weaker than Black Friday, okay? You're going to play the fact that it's early access, so it's a weaker offer. So let's say you're offering 40% off on Black Friday. On early access, you're going to offer 30% off, right? But your USP is going to be the fact that there will be a lot of demand during Black Friday. So this way, the people who buy here are going to get it at a worse price, but they're going to guarantee that they're going to actually get an item and they're going to get it shipped because it might run out of stock once Black Friday is there, right? Obviously, you're not going to mention hey, we're giving you 30% now, 30% off, but we're going to get 40% off, but you should actually buy it right now because it's going to run out of stock. You're just going to mention the fact that it might run out of stock subtly, right? You're just subtly suggesting that, hey, this stock is going to run out of stock during Black Friday and we might not even be able to ship it to you, so buy right now, right? You're not going to suggest that during Black Friday, you're going to have a better offer, okay? Then on Black Friday, from about November 26th to November 30th, you're going to have the best offer so far, right? And it's going to be straightforward and easy to understand. That's really important. So here, you're going to use this guide here. You're going to come up with some offer for your brand, come up with some different offers, tag them, whatever, make it clear, make it easy, and make it amazing, okay? And then we have Cyber Monday from December 1st to December 3rd. So this is going to be either a complete new offer or a slightly different offer, but it can't be the same. You can't just extend it we did 40% off here and we're just going to, hey, it's Cyber Monday, hey, here's 40% off. We already seen that. People have bought from that. Give them another reason to buy, okay? Either do hey, 40% off plus a free gift, or do a completely new offer. That's something I'd probably do, but whatever. It doesn't have to be a completely new offer. It can be a similar offer with a slight tweak, okay? So also you're going to use gifting as one of your USPs, hey, Christmas is coming around, all of that gifting season. So it would be a really good idea if you bought now. This is not going to be your main USP, but one of the things you're going to mention, one of the USPs you're going to take in one of the emails, you can frame it that way, okay? Then we have the gifting period. So from December 5th to December 14th, you're going to focus solely on gifting. You're going to mainly use bundles as your offer in most cases, right? Because you're going to try to push AOV here, because also gifting in bundles, it just makes sense, okay? And then we're going to have the shipping cutoff last chance push. So it's going to be from December 15th to December 21st. So this is going to be really urgency driven. It's not going to be about the offer that much. It's going to be really focused on the urgency. The offer itself can be the same, but you're just focusing on the shipping cutoff. So you're going to have one offer here, one offer here, one offer here, one offer here, and here is going to be the same offer as this one, but you're just going to frame it in a different way. So here it was claim these bundles and all of that. here it's going to be like, hey, claim these bundles. By the way, you have to buy right now, because if you don't buy right now, you won't be able to get it till Christmas. Okay, so that's kind of like the schedule. Okay, and we covered the offers. So let me show you some good examples right now. So this is from a brand called Aloha. So they're selling some food, some beverages, and all that stuff. Nothing really crazy. So you can see here, November 14th, they ran a flash sale offering 10% off site-wide plus free shipping. So why did they do this? I'm not entirely sure, but it's a pretty cool idea to start that early. What I would probably do, I'd probably do just a Black Friday early access that they started here. I don't know why would you do a flash sale, but still, it's pretty good that they're giving different offers. They're already introducing the fact that, hey, we're going to run something cool here. So that is pretty cool. Then they started early access on Novemmer 19th. So they're offering a BOGO and 50% off. So basically, buy one, get the other one 50% off. That's the deal, okay? So they're offering that on Black Friday. And then we have, so Black Friday early access, right? And then we have Black Friday on November 28th. Buy two, get one free. That's the offer. You can see how they're kind of like showing different offers here. This is a pretty cool email idea, right? With this wheel, obviously the offer is going to be the same every single time, but it's a pretty cool idea. And you can see Cyber Monday, it's a completely different offer. So it's 25% off site-wide, right? So that's how they ran this BFCM cycle, right? So you can see they're changing the offer. We have a flash sale here, but buy one, get one 50% off, buy two, get one free. And then we have 25% off site-wide. So they're changing the offer every couple of days, right? So it's very interesting. It's very engaging. That's how you need to do it, right? Now let's see Brez. So November 11th, they start their early access, right? They're giving $15 store credit. So that's what I told you about. Basically, dollars off. Like they're giving $15 off, but they're not framing it that way. They're framing it like $15 store credit. The same thing, just a little bit of a language difference, okay? And it works really well for them, obviously. So that's their early access. So you can see that their Black Friday offer is pretty much the same. It's like, pretty much the same angle, like dollars off. But the only difference is it's stronger offer, right? This is $15 off. This is $25 off. That's what I told you. Like they're running a weaker offer for early access, but they're framing it in a way like, hey, this stuff might go out of stock, right? So you might want to buy it right now. And then here, they're giving you $25 off site-wide. That's their Black Friday offer. Then they have their gifting season. So they're offering bundle deals. You can see here. So they're offering different trio, duo bundles, whatever. So you can see they're telling you, hey, 18-pack, save $20. 36-pack, save $60. Whatever. That's pretty good. That's exactly what I told you about gifting season. They're offering bundles. They're trying to push that AOE, and they're kind of like framing it as a way like, hey, stock up for Christmas because it's a drink. So you can be like, hey, you guys are going to drink this on your Christmas party, Thanksgiving. Sorry, actually, Thanksgiving has passed here. Sorry, your Christmas party, whatever. So you might stock up right now, and we're giving you a pretty good deal to do that. Then we have December 23rd, last minute gift. So exactly before Christmas, right? They're pushing their digital gift cards because that's the only thing you can actually buy as a gift. So if you guys have digital gift cards, I highly recommend you push them here, because if your competition doesn't have them, you're going to be seen as the only solution to last minute gifts, right? So that's a pretty good play. Then we have Knockaround. So brand selling sunglasses. You can see here, November 22nd to 27th, early Black Friday. So they're doing like a tiered buy one, get one free. So you can see this email. You can actually see it properly. It doesn't matter. So they're offering like for purchases above $125, sorry, $25, they're giving you this, and purchase above $70, they're giving you this as well. So if you made an order over $70, you're going to get these two pairs for free, right? That's their offer. Then they're running their Black Friday on November 28th. So they're giving 30% off site-wide and 50% off some select glasses, and they're giving daily bonus deals throughout this time. So you can see completely different offer here. Then on December 5th, they're doing 12 days of knockaround, so new deal every day, right? You can see here, completely different deals for completely different glasses, different models, right? So that's something you can do as well. That's something that's popular. And then we have December 26th, last sale of the year, 25% off site-wide plus up to 50% off sale items, basically some select glasses, right? So that's the way they did it. Again, you can see completely different offers. Boom, early Friday, tiered BOGO. Then we have here 30% off site-wide daily deals, 50% off select style. Pretty strong offers and different offers every single time. This way, their audience is pretty much engaged and very interested to see what happens next. Now, let me show you a bad example. So this is from a brand called Manscaped. Now, I really like what they do with email, right? Their email marketing is pretty much strong, actually, but I can see that they didn't really nail this the last year, right? So let me show you what they did. Black Friday early access, 25% off site-wide plus free shipping. November 15th, Black Friday launch, 25% off site-wide plus free shipping. December 2nd, Cyber Monday, 25% off site-wide plus free shipping. And then they finally changed up their offer on December 6th. It was 12 days of deals, similar thing that Knockaround did, 20 to 30% off different bundles. So basically every single day, they would push a different bundle and they would give a discount on that, right? That's all they did. Now, this is probably the best offer they gave. Now, what might be the case here is they were like, we don't really care about Black Friday. We're like, okay, everyone's going to run their strongest offer for Black Friday. So what we're going to do, we're just going to run something basic just to get some purchases, right? But our focus is going to be this. That might be their angle, their thought pattern, but I still don't see why wouldn't you just create a great offer here and create a great offer here as well if that's what you're doing. So I don't really understand this. If you do it this way, you're definitely not going to get as much revenue as you could have got because this is just boring. You can see from November 13th to December 2nd, they were running the same boring offer, 25% off site-wide plus free shipping. It's a strong offer. It's a good offer. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a pretty good deal, but running the same thing for 2 weeks or over 2 weeks is pretty much, well, it's like 20 days, right? 20 days, 3 weeks, basically, they're running the same boring offer. So don't do this. I don't know why they did it so bad. Like, I really love what they're doing with email usually, but this was just too boring, honestly. I'm sure they got a lot of orders. Like, this was actually a pretty good month for them, but I feel like it just could have been way better if they did something better. This is pretty good. I already told you, like, around Christmas, bundles just perform so well, gifting and all that, right? But this was just, I don't know. I just don't like that. Now, email and SMS strategy. So, sending frequency. The first question everyone's asking. People don't like being spam, usually, except during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So don't be afraid of sending 2 or 3 emails a day, literally 2 or 3 emails per day, especially during Black Friday, because inboxes will be like cluttered completely. So early access, so from November 14th to 25th, you're going to do email every other day, send more near the end to drive more urgency. So let's say you're doing every other day, so you're doing 14th, 16th, 18th, 20th, and then around 23rd, you're going to do 23rd, 24th, 25th, 25th, like, hey, this sale is coming to an end. Buy now, buy now, buy now, right? That did you. Then we have SMS. So we're going to do one for the launch, then one or two in between. So we're going to do on 14th, in between, like, let's say 18th and 21st. And then you're going to do one last chance on 25th to drive urgency. That's kind of like the schedule, okay? Then we have Black Friday from November 26th to November 30th. So we're going to do 2 or 3 emails a day. So we're going to do AM launch, then PM reminder. You can do something in between as well, right? You can resend the same emails to the people. We're going to cover that later on in this video. Then you're going to do SMS 1 per day, focus on the offer and urgency. So you're literally going to be like, hey, get 25% off site-wide plus free shipping, right? That's your SMS. Here's the code or whatever. The code is not required. And here's the link, okay? Then Cyber Monday, from December 1st to December 3rd, you're going to send 2 per day on launch. So December 1st, you're going to send 2. Then on December 3rd, you're going to send 2 as well. And December 2nd, you can send 1, right? When it comes to email and when it comes to SMS, you're going to send every single day, but you're not going to spam people, whatever. You're going to just have 1 on launch, 1 on last chance. And then if you extend it, let's say you're doing it from December 1st to December 5th, you're going to do 1 on launch, 1 on last chance, and then 1 on, let's say, December 3rd, which is going to be a reminder, 1 in between, okay? And then we have gifting period from December 5th to December 21st. So you're going to email every other day and SMS around 2 times a week. You're focusing on the urgency here, especially around shipping cutoffs. So that's why when you're going to bump your frequency, right, around shipping cutoffs, that's from, as we said, around 15th to 21st, you're going to send way more than you sent from 5th to 15th, right? That's the idea. So designed emails, some tips and tricks. First of all, you want to make them short, and your main focus of every single design email around this period is like highlighting your offer, okay? So here's the outline you're going to follow. Your hero section, basically your top of your email, is just going to be your offer. That's it. You're going to have a big CTA above the fold. That means that you're going to have a really big button that I can see immediately when I open an email on my phone without needing to scroll. So I open an email, I didn't scroll at all. I can immediately see a really big button and your offer. So you can just read your offer, click on the button and go ahead and buy, right? Then you're going to have some light content or no other content at all in your bridge section, your product section, whatever. And then your main focus is going to be urgency. So you're going to achieve that through banners, timers, call to actions, copy, subject lines, badges, whatever, right? Everything that is like design-wise or copy-wise or whatever that can convey that this like urgent, scarcity-driven, whatever is a really good thing, okay? So here's some examples. Brez, save $25 site-wide. That's the hero section. Headline, simple image. Then we have some copy here, and then we have the CTA. What I don't like about this email is this button here. Sorry about this. What I would do instead is I would just take this button and just place it here, literally. Like, I don't see the point of having this button here, right? Overall, the email is amazing, right? And people most likely going to scroll because Brez's emails are pretty good, but still, I would probably put this button here just to make it visible immediately when you open the email on your phone. That would probably bump up their conversions a little bit more, right? But still, amazing. You can see offer is like the main thing of the email. Bytes, the same thing, right? 30% off, right? Really big, bold, in your face. You really can't miss it. You can see it's super, really short email, right? Like, they're not putting any other USPs, content, like whatever. Like, hey, need another reason to shop Black Friday with us? Here are 3. Now's the best time to stock up on essentials. It's the green way to do Black Friday. You want to see a better price. Boom, buy. That's it. Like, to the point, straightforward. No infographics convincing you why you should buy in terms of like features, benefit. Like, hey, here's just 3 simple reasons why like you should actually buy right now. Boom, buy. That's it. And then we had Joy, Black Friday savings up to 45% off, big, bold, in your face. And then we have 20% off jewelry products on Amazon. So they're just highlighting their offer, different CTAs, big in your face. You can't miss it. That's it, right? So this is how you want your emails to look like, okay? Then plain text email. So you should use this actually very often throughout this period because they're very easy to produce. So there is no design process, right? You just write them. That's it. They serve as a pattern interrupt. So a lot of people are going to receive these kinds of emails throughout this time. So when they get hit with a plain text email from the founder, it's going to be like, oh, whoa, stop for a minute. Let's see what this is about. And then we have the fact that this is going to feel way more personalized because it's coming from founder, like throughout all this noise, like, hey, corporate, this, like design, fancy design, promoting my company and all of that, you're going to receive an email from a real person, right? So that's why it's going to feel way more personalized. It's going to serve as a pattern interrupt. People are actually going to form that human connection with you as a founder. So they're actually going to be more likely to buy. So here are some tips. Make it come from the founder in a friendly tone. So you're going to sign your name at the bottom of the email, hey, like, cheers, John, whatever, something like that. And it's going to be in a friendly tone. It's not going to be like corporate jargon. Some direct response copy is going to be like literally like you're writing to a friend. Hey, just wanted to let you know that we are closing this sale. So if you wanted to pay this up, something like that, right? Now, bold your offer and important info. So literally just bold it, make it stand out from the rest of the email because people are not going to read the entire thing, especially during Black Friday, because they're getting literally 50 emails an hour or something like that, right? So they're not really going to have time to read your entire email. But if you bold your offer, like, hey, just wanted to let you know that we're giving 50% off, bold, that way people are going to get a point and see if they actually want to buy something from you, right? And the other important info, like, hey, shipping cutoff is happening tomorrow, whatever. It's a really good time to buy right now. Bold that, right? Next thing, have one clear CTA. So it needs to be like, hey, get 50% off, right? Shop now, boom, big, bold, clear, to the point. It's obvious that it's a button that they should click, right? Another good practice is actually making the font of this CTA bigger than the rest of the email. So you're writing everything in like 16, size 16 font, and then your CTA is like 18, right? That way it's going to stand out and people are going to be like, okay, this is a button, let me click this. And then utilize your PS section, use it, okay? So you're going to have a CTA in your body copy, and then in the PS section, you can also be like, hey, this is your last chance to get 50% off, shop now. PS, this is your last chance to get 50% off, shop now, right? That's the idea because everybody reads the PS section. So why not put your offer and your CTA there as well? Because everyone's going to see it. So that makes sense. Do that and you're going to be pretty much fine. Now, resending the same email. So this is a trick you can absolutely use and you should absolutely use because it's a great trick. Why? So you can resend the same email to the customers because during this time, inboxes are flooded, so they won't really remember, right? And even if they do remember, your emails are just highlighting your offer. Your email not like, hey, here 3 tips to grow your back in the gym. It's just like, hey, get 50% off. So if you send the same email, it's not like you're repeating the content. It's just the fact you're reminding them. You're just, hey, like, get 50% off, right? So it doesn't feel like a recycled content. The only thing you need to change, like you can leave the same email, literally the same email. The only thing you need to change is your subject line and your preview text. Like change that, don't resend it the same way, and you're going to be fine. What you can also do is you can resend the same email to non-openers, right? You're going to go to Klaviyo, create a segment of people who received X email but didn't open it, right? And you're going to send to that people that same email because that way you're going to remind them and there's not going to be that factor of like recycled content because those people have not opened your email yet, right? SMS. So as always, SMS content is super simple. So you're just going to state the offer. You're going to add some urgency. You're going to tell the customer how to get the offer and you're going to give them a CTA. That's it, right? So stick to plain text messages because including images is 3 times more expensive and it's not really that much likely to create 3 times more revenue, especially throughout this time, because here it's all about the offer. It's not really about, hey, like we're launching this new product, unless you're doing that, right? So here's an example. Black Friday in July, whatever, this is like literally Black Friday in July. They ran this July sale, this brand, right? But you can see the template, right? So offer, basically the name of the sale, whatever, just an announcement. Offer, how to claim it, use code, and here's the link. That's it. Like super simple, to the point. No, like, hey, we talked about you and I think you should buy because no. Just offer, here's the link, here's how to claim it. That's it. To the point. So flows and pop-ups. Customize your Black Friday and Cyber Monday pop-ups, okay? So during this time, you'll get a lot of traffic to your website, which means that this is the best time to grow your list. But in order to make your pop-up as efficient as possible, you'll need to customize it with Black Friday and Cyber Monday offers. So if usually you're giving 10% off or 15% off on your pop-up or whatever, but this time throughout Black Friday and Cyber Monday or whatever, you're giving 30% off, why wouldn't you use that? Because it's a greater offer, it's a greater incentive. And plus, you're probably not, you might even turn off your welcome code from what I know. Like, I don't know, up to you, right? But you might even do that. Because you're only going to focus on these offers. So I advise you customize it for early access, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and gifting, because if you're running different offers every single time, you're going to customize it with your new offer, right? So early access, you're giving 25% off site-wide, say like, hey, get 25% off, whatever. Black Friday, you're giving 35% off site-wide plus free gifts. Say, hey, get 35% off plus a free tote bag, whatever, right? That way, you're giving the great incentive for people to join your list. So you're actually, first of all, you're selling to new people throughout this time because you're getting them on your list, or killing them up with new emails. And then you're going to have a lot of those people stay on your list to market them in the next year, right? So you should frame your pop-up in a way that people have to opt in to actually get a deal. So to get 35% off site-wide plus a free tote bag or whatever, even though it's not actually required, they can actually get it just on your website without opting in. It's called marketing, my friend, right? But that way you're going to increase your list growth massively. So this is a really important thing to note. Now, updating flows. So you can't really use the same flows during Black Friday and Cyber Monday because your flows are probably 5 to 10 days long. You don't have like 3, 4, 5, 10 emails, whatever, in your welcome flow, for example. And we don't really have enough time for that during this urgency-driven period. Like if it's like a 10-day flow, we don't really have 10 days to actually wait for people to go through the entire flow because it needs to happen now, right? Where this is the offer, it ends tomorrow. We don't have 10 days for people to go through this flow. So that's why I want to make your flows shorter and quicker. So this means shorter means like less emails. Instead of having 7, you're having 2 or 3 or 1, whatever. And shorter means like, or quicker means shorter time delays. Means like instead of waiting 2 days, you're waiting like 6 hours, something like that, right? Every single flow should highlight the offer. So your Black Friday offer is like 45% off. Every single flow should say get 45% off, okay? Your most important flows are going to be cart and checkout abandonment and browse abandonment, because most of people are going to do exactly this thing: abandon their carts, abandon their checkouts, abandon the product they viewed, right? Abandon the product page. So these flows are going to be crucial, okay? Now, welcome flows. So highlight the offer, plus give a brief brand background. Only one email, right? Hey, get 45% off site-wide. Hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. Literally a couple of sentences. That's it. Site abandonment. Highlight the offer and urgency to get people back to the website and move them down the funnel. One email again. So again, get 45% off site-wide. This ends tomorrow, whatever. And then you're just going to try to get people back to the website. So site abandonment is just people who came to your website, didn't view any specific product, didn't add the cart, didn't do anything like that. They just left the website. So you're trying to get them back to the website and then move them down the funnel, which is like viewing a specific product, adding to cart, starting a checkout, whatever. Right? That's the idea. Only one email is going to be enough. Browse abandonment. So you're going to highlight the offer, give some urgency, maybe do some objection handling in order to get people back to the product page and move down the funnel, which is like adding to cart, starting a checkout, or buying. So this is going to be like 2 emails. So browse abandonment, basically browse abandonment flow is a flow that people receive once they view a specific product in your website. So they come to the website, this site abandonment flow, but if they view a specific product and then leave that, like view a specific product page, they're going to receive your browse abandonment flow, okay? Abandon cart and checkout. So you can use the same email, the exact same emails here for these 2 flows. You're just going to change the trigger. So for abandon cart, it's going to be added to cart. For abandon checkout is going to be checkout started, right? So you're going to show the product they left in the cart using dynamic product section, right? If you don't know how to do that, I have a video on my channel showing exactly that. It's going to pop up right now. Go ahead and watch it. So you're going to show the product they left in the cart. You're going to highlight the offer, okay? Like get 45% off site-wide. And you're going to play on scarcity and urgency. Like, hey, this product is not going to be in stock for a long time. We're just holding stock for you right now. But if you want it, you should get it right now. And this offer is going to end in like 2 days, whatever. Use some objection handling, social proof guarantees. That's something you can do as well. Like, hey, we offer 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. Hey, here's some social proof. When it comes to social proof, a really important thing, like you're most likely going to include like testimonials, reviews, whatever. What's really important is that you pick the right testimonials. So instead of picking like testimonials, reviews that are like, hey, great product, great company, pick something that actually overcomes objections. This means like, hey, I was very skeptical that this would work for me because I have this specific situation, but it turns out it actually worked really, really well. Something like that, something that's very specific, something that actually overcomes specific objections, answers like frequently asked questions people might have, and that way you're overcoming their objections and they're more likely to buy. Post-purchase flow, so you're going to send a plain text, thank you email from the founder, like, hey, thank you for your order. I'm really grateful that you become a part of our family, whatever, something like that. And then you're going to push people to place another order for gifting period to ensure they receive it in time. Hey, like this is a really good time to actually place another order for gifting period so you can receive it in time because shipping cutoffs are going to happen. Like all the shipping is going to get messed up and we're not sure if we're going to have any more in stock. Plus, this is a really good deal that you can get, blah, 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 something like that, right? That's the angle. Because a lot of people actually buy after this, especially because they just bought, they crossed that trust threshold, they crossed that buying threshold. Now they're buyer official, they label themselves as buyers. So upselling them here with a great offer and a great incentive to do that, like, hey, gifting period, you're giving them a really good reason to do that, they're going to buy, right? Now, if you need more help for someone to actually build out all this stuff for you, you can book a call with me. First link in description. We're going to perform a free Klaviyo account audit completely for free from me. I'm going to tell you exactly where are some holes, what we need to do, what you're doing good already, whatever. And then if we see it, we can actually help you. We're going to run your email marketing on a purely performance basis, which means that there's literally no risk for you. You only pay a percentage of email generated revenue. You're not paying anything out of your own pocket. So like, can it be better than this, right? First link in description, go book a call, let's talk, okay? So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.